Hi there and welcome back. In this lesson, I'm going to be going over a term that you are probably not familiar with and that you've probably never heard before. And the reason why I added this unit is because it is so important because it'll answer a lot of questions when it comes to dry hair. All right, so today I want to talk about how the health of your cuticles affect moisture retention. And by that, I'm going to be going over this topic, which is cuticle degradation. So I will go into more detail about what it means and what it means for your dry natural hair. So if you can remember this diagram here, this image here of your hair shaft and the three structural layers that makes up your natural hair. So we have the medulla, the cortex, and the cuticles. So again, remember the healthy appearance of your hair solely depends on the condition of your cuticles, meaning that if your cuticles are arranged properly, everything looks nice, then your hair will be healthy. If not, then that's bad news, right? And the cuticle, it is also the only layer that goes through manipulation because it's the outermost layer. So it's the only layer that you actually come into contact with. And the number of your cuticle layers, right, it will reduce significantly as you go from your roots to your end. And the reason for that is mainly because of natural weathering and any manipulation and damage. So by that I mean that, every time you comb your hair, you wash, you detangle, you do braid out, you do twist out and whatnot, it's going to have a major effect on your cuticle layers and also on the health of your hair. So let me show you what cuticle degradation, what it looks like. So in this image that I got from naturalhaven.com, so here she has this diagram here. So this is the cortex, the brown part, that's the cortex. The outside, that's the cuticle layers. And so here you can see the multiple layers of the cuticles. So over time, as you put your hair through manipulation, which I mean it's okay because our hair, it is our crown, it is our glory, we should enjoy it. So what's going to happen is that over time those layers, right, will get chipped off, right, bit by bit it'll get chipped off until when sometimes it'll expose your cortex, and when your cortex is exposed, that's when sometimes you get extremely dry brittle hair, and it doesn't matter really how many products you use, what technique you use or whatever, it's not going to fix anything. So that's why it's recommended to keep your hair trimmed, right? So your cuticle level will get chipped off bit by bit until the cortex is exposed. And that's a perfect example of cuticle degradation because the cuticles are degrading day by day. So the result of that, like I said, it will be dry hair and dry ends that will feel raggedy, rough, unruly, brittle, and just so hard to manage. So again, that's why it's always recommended to maintain a healthy ends and healthy hair by having a regular trimming schedule. So another reason why you can have cuticle degradation aside from the regular manipulation will be that your ends, especially, right, your ends, they've gone through so many manipulation because the ends of your hair are the oldest part of your hair because when we are looking this cuticle, this first image, healthy cuticle layer, it is probably really close to your roots, to your scalp, right? So it is fresh baby hair that just grew out of your scalp. So everything is nice, everything is in its place. But over time when you put products, you do deep conditioning, shampooing, yeah, twist out, you blow dry, whatever, it'll raise your cuticle layers a little bit until the point that your cortex, as you can see, your cortex will become extremely exposed due to some missing cuticle layers, right? And so this is probably hair closer to your ends, right? But that's why it's always good to keep a regular trimming schedule. So let me show you what that looks like. So you probably know right now that whenever you twist your hair or you braid your hair, you're going to notice that the hair at the ends of your hair are very thin compared to the hair closer to your roots. So the hair closer to your roots, they're probably thick and everything, but then as you gradually go down towards your ends, you're going to notice that those hair, they are very fine yet very thin. So you're wondering, okay, what is going on here? And the reason for that is because of cuticle degradation. Because as your hair progresses further away from the scalp, it's going to lose, a significant amount of cuticle layers, those protective layers, and that's just because of natural weathering, and also based on the manipulation your hair will go through on a day-to-day basis, right? Again, that's another reason why you should always keep a regular trimming schedule, so that you can get rid of those weak ends, right? All right, so your action point and conclusion for this module is, so I want you to examine, your hair shaft, right? So you can just examine the hair that shed from your scalps. So you don't need to pull any hair from your scalp. So just examine the hair that shed from your scalp, and tell me what you notice, right? Tell me what you notice about the health of your cuticles, right? So what you can do is you can just run your fingers down your hair shaft, right? And just tell me how it feels, right? Does it feel smooth? Does it feel rough, right? And if it feels smooth, it's probably because your cuticles, they are arranged nicely and your hair is healthy. If it feels rough and it just doesn't feel nice, it means that your cuticles, they are probably raised or damaged. So let me know what the health of your hair is, and if your hair is currently going through, a significant or a severe level of cuticle degradation. So let me know in the comment section below. Now, in the next module number 2, we are going to be going over hair typing and what it means for your natural hair, and especially for moisture retention. All right, so I will see you in the next module.